today's podcast, we have Mr. Chitranshu Mahant, founder and CEO of Floydwiz Technologies Private Limited, also known as PrimeOS. IIT Delhi graduate, entrepreneurial bug hit him early. Shortly after his bachelor's degree in civil engineering, he, along with his co-founder, Mr. Aman Verma, started PrimeOS in mid-2018. PrimeOS was started as an Android operating system for laptops to maximize productivity. The next 5 years have been no less than a roller coaster ride. But with the times, the team and the product has evolved to stay relevant in the dynamic markets. Let's hear straight from the horse's mouth about his journey and experiences. Welcome and thank you, Chitranshu, for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Karan, for inviting me. It has been really great, knowing you for 3-4 years and doing this with you. So thank you for this opportunity.
Okay. So let's begin, Chitranshu. To begin with, I would like you to share a little about your journey as an entrepreneur. Maybe you can cover about the hardships, experiences, learnings, all of this that you have experienced as an entrepreneur.
Sure. So for us, the journey has been, in short, very adventurous. When I say adventurous, तो हमने कंपनी टू स्टार्ट विथ टीम बिल्डिंग से लेकर एक पीएमएफ बनाना, ऑर्गेनिक ग्रोथ बिल्ड करना कंपनी में, ऑर्गेनिक ग्रोथ बिल्ड करने के बाद कोविड से कोलैप्स हो जाना, फाउंडर का एग्जिट होना, उसके बाद कंपनी को प्रॉफिटेबल बनाना और कुछ अर्ली इन्वेस्टर्स को 3x पे सेकेंडरी इन्वेस्टमेंट देना. तो ये पूरा पाथ वी हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट इन द पास्ट 4 years. We feel we have been able to see what some other companies could see in 15 years. So that has been the journey so far.
And any particular learnings, the most crucial learning in this journey that you would like to share?
So the major learning is perseverance. One has to be really perseverant when building something. So we started with a laptop for Android-based operating system for laptops, right? Change onto a different market, got onto a different industry. So perseverance is the key to get to the PMF and making business out of it.
Great. So now let's understand what exactly are you building at PrimeOS, and most importantly, why are you building it?
Sure. So let me give you a little history on the PC industry. 1980s, computers were launched and used by scientists and researchers. Okay, the PCs. In the early 2000s, these PCs penetrated to businesses, and that is when Windows took over the world. अभी क्या हुआ है, especially because of COVID, ये चल ही रहा था late 2020 में, there is a new category of user coming along, which are students. So this new category of students wants a PC. You cannot imagine this new category to study without a PC now or a laptop. तो इनकी main problem क्या है? Their whole app ecosystem is Android first. Student को जो भी app चाहिए, EdTech is all Android first. But for serious studies, better hardware is a laptop. Android laptop तो कोई available नहीं था. So that is what the gap the company is solving. तो इस gap को solve करने के लिए हमने एक operating system बनाया कि अभी 2020 में बहुत बड़ा emerging user base आ रहा है, वो है students. इन students के लिए अब एक special PC बनेगा, वो Windows वाले businesses के लिए है. So its special PC should be an Android laptop, and for this to solve, we built the PrimeOS operating system.
Got it. So, if I were to put it that, you started building Android operating system, and 2020, when the EdTech boom actually happened, when a lot of mass students were coming to the PCs to learn, and, the EdTechs were putting apps, that is the time, using your perseverance, the answer to the key to your first question, the perseverance got you to build the product in a way where it is relevant to the students and to enable them to study and grow using the technology and not be stuck to the older methods, which were pre-COVID era. So basically that was something which came out as a trigger point for you.
Exactly. True, true, very true. Adding on to that, the timing of the market. So perseverance allowed us to time the market well. If it would have been launched in 2019 only, 2018, when some brands were taking off their tablets from the market, the market was not doing well, especially for PC, because students had not got that use case in time the way it has now.
Okay. So, do you see, to, like, though we get a understanding about how COVID impacted the business, but if you were to look at this 2 years as a phase and not as the outcome, do you see it as a tailwind, a headwind, or a complete tailspin for you?
So in our journey, it was at that point of time, it was a tailspin. Basically, what had happened was December 2019, we were about to launch our first set of Prime books for students, right? PrimeOS we launched. PrimeOS did very well, 3 million organic downloads. But the real monetization was selling Primebook laptops. So 2020 we wanted to launch, COVID happened, supply chain collapsed. No product to sell, no business to do. Then with that tailspin for our company, what we did was, there was a technology stack we were working on, basically parental control. So we wanted Primebook to have parental controls. With that technology stack, we productized it. COVID के time, laptop तो we couldn't make. Now company wanted to do business, so we productized that technology stack and used COVID as kind of a tailwind to for the tablet market. So we sold parental control for 1.5 years
Okay.
that time. Yeah.
So
And
basically,
now coming back to Primebook, this has become such a huge tailwind for the Primebook in itself. We learned the industry, the companies, and now the Primebook product is back again.
got it. So basically, you turned a tailspin into a tailwind at one point of time in this entire 2.5
Exactly.
years that passed by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Great. So you said that the product is focused towards the student community for the learning experiences, right? Now, student community is a large community with varied demographics. So how
Right.
would you define the demographics for a Prime book user?
So we primarily look at Primebook for parents, especially in tier two, tier three cities, and parents, who are able to earn some 35K per month kind of. So that's the primary TG in terms of parents. But with students, we are looking for students who are aspirational, want to do something big in life, don't have much money. So in India, there are 250 million students, out of which 90% students have not even seen a PC. So that's the digital divide we are after. If you look at so edtech content wise, COVID brought in a lot, but edtech infra. So if you look at us, we are in the position of edtech infra. And when the infra is in place, the content will kick off. At that point of time, the content was kicking off because people are helpless. But now the infra has to, government, everyone is now being part of setting up the infra first.
So you thought that concur with the thought that EdTech came in with a again a tailwind of COVID, but
Mhm.
of lately the kind of market dynamics that we're seeing, it's because that tailwind has settled down, but without a lack with the lack of infrastructure, the pace that the industry was supposed to maintain has not been able to maintain.
True,
So
true.
with
There's
the
a huge
solution,
digital divide. Yes,
with the
yes.
solutions like PrimeOS and Primebook, we will see that this industry is a solid industry, but the underlying
Yes.
infrastructure once being created, the growth will again kick off.
Definitely, definitely. So that's what we also think. More tools will be built, more new users are added into the infrastructure.
Okay,
Definitely, this will kick off.
great.
So just the thought of it, test prep is still doing very well in edtech.
Mhm.
So theory part is now gone. That is core school first, but test prep is still the edtech content side, which is doing very well.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So, moving again, so PrimeOS, when it came up, it was a disruptor in 2018-19. I think Windows was the leader in the market, and next to it we had nothing on the Android space per se. And what you were creating was a disruptor, or something that Auxano likes to call as a category creator. So, what were
Right,
the
right.
challenges that you were facing building a disruptive product? And how was the journey for to achieve a minimum viable product, a product market fit, those typical startup growth terms that we have? How was your journey or experiences in that phase?
Sure. So the journey has been tough. Category creation is really tough. Uh, firstly because you have to think through in the future that this is a theory. Let us experiment on this theory, and it will work out. For us specifically, we had to work along with a lot of ecosystem players. We had since we are an operating system company, so we had to partner with a chipset manufacturer. Then we have to partner with IDH, the PCBA designer. Then the hardware component comes along. So lot of ecosystem game has to be set up. So our journey was tough. We managed to partner with a lot of people. We partnered with MediaTek right now, and we have partnered with Amdor is a company. So we have partnered with them, IDH based out of China. So all solid partners now we have in our umbrella. So
No.
that has been the journey.
So besides the product development part and getting a product market fit right, there's also in your business a component of getting the supply chain right. And I think
Yes,
that was,
yes.
I remember that was also a difficult piece to put in place. And if you can share with our listeners today, that how did you go about fixing this entire supply chain for the product?
Sure, sure, sure. So in terms of supply chain, basically the ecosystem runs around engineering and engineering in China, engineering in India majorly, right? So you have to learn the Chinese English, right? The different kind of conversation methodology altogether. You have to understand what they are trying to say. So this in itself, I feel now I do it very fluently. Earlier it was very tough for me. So with
So
this engineering, yeah, yeah.
recently, sorry.
Yeah. So with this engineering as being one of the challenge, then all the understanding the nitty-gritties of the logistic part. So for the first timer, it becomes really difficult. So maybe have someone experience that way.
Can you say
Yeah, you
something
were
in
saying.
Chinese English?
Yeah, can do, can say. Whoa, what problem? So that way, can do.
Okay, got it. Great. Uh, so you did emerge out as a stronger, as a brand, and as a founder out of this entire
Yeah, yeah.
2.5 of year journey. That's good to know. Now with PrimeOS, the product having achieved a product market fit, and the supply chain, as you say, has been now something which has been sorted and in place for you to grow. How do you see
Yes.
the next 6 months or 1 year shape up for the company?
So this is the most exciting time in our company. Also for personally, we'll be able to see what we have built with thousands of people in coming 6 months. So we are looking at, somewhere doing. So we, with the experience we have got in the past 4 years, we are a company who always thinks about bottom line, right? So we are hoping a very good bottom line in the past 6 months, somewhere in the lines of around 700, 800K dollars. So that's the bottom line we are thinking to close at March. And
Hmm.
otherwise, we are doing a lot of partnerships. You will see a scale. I don't know when it goes. You will see a scale with Flipkart very soon. In another a week, around 22nd December, you will see the first teaser of Primebook coming on Flipkart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
I think
Exciting time.
looking forward to these
Yeah.
exciting times. And, I think a lot of people who will be viewing this podcast or listening to it uh, will experience PrimeOS firsthand with the buzz being created and the product being launched. Great. When do we see the
Yeah.
product in the market?
15 January.
Wow. So I think by then this should be out. So everybody would, keep your self tuned
Yeah.
to Primebook and,
Yeah.
watch out for the product. So, towards the end, what is the best unsolicited advice you ever received?
So what I've learned is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And marathon lasts till 15, 18 years, profitability, IPO, that's the end of marathon. So कहीं भी रुकते हो, you have lost the race. So that's what I've thought कि sprint नहीं है. Sometimes when you join the journey, you think कि 3 महीने will solve everything, ये 6 महीने will solve everything, but it's a marathon.
I think you build the entire circle again that, it's about perseverance. It's about
Yeah.
adaptation. It's about time you spend in the market.
Yeah,
I think one thing that goes that, it's not timing, it's about time you spend in the market, which makes the
exactly.
difference.
True, true, true. Keep your ears open, get to feedback. So, yeah.
Amazing. This brings us to the end of our today's podcast, Chitranshu. It
Yeah.
was, interesting to know about your journey, know about the Primebook journey, and little for entrepreneurs to know what is the route that they should take,
Yeah.
as they go on this journey. Thank you so much for your time and your sharing your insights. And we look forward to Primebook and all the best to you in this journey, to you and your entire
Thank
team.
you. Yeah. Thank you, Karan. Thank
I'm
you.
happy to be a partner with you in this journey.
Yes, yes. And me too.